Hello there, and I just wanted to apologize right off for the really poor quality in general of my last video. I know that the visual quality was terrible, and I was probably coughing all through it, but, at the time I was really mired in a really nasty cold or something that was stuffing me all up. I'm still kind of getting over it, but I'm a lot better. And this is actually, to end off the month of February 2012, another volume of How Men Are. Now, I'm going to discuss a subject today that's a little bit scandalous for me, and I like to stay away from sensational kind of things, but it's actually a very human thing. Today's topic is sex. That's right, S-E-X. The old physical nature thing. Now, in terms of men, alright, and I'm not speaking in terms of just heterosexual, homosexual, transgendered, any man, and I've noticed this happening even today, as in this particular day right now, not just today as in this particular time. I'm rambling. Sorry, it's a little uncomfortable because, well, that in fact is the nature of this vlog actually. That sex does, for some reason, tend to make men a little bit uncomfortable, in terms of talking about it. Doing it is a whole other thing. And talking about, I guess, who you happen to be boning or whatever at any particular time is, perfectly acceptable. But, all the same, I have to say that, when it comes to talking to their children, or talking sensitively to women, or even men if they happen to be gay, men seem to withdraw from sex as much as anybody, male or female. It's as if discussing the subject sensitively seems to confuse and upset them, but discussing it insensitively and almost sounding as if you are just flat out hirsute means that somehow you have an edge over somebody else. And in essence, that amounts to using sex as a sort of weapon. Now, I don't mean abuse or rape or anything like that. I just mean that it ends up becoming a way of self-defense rather than an expression of love or emotion. And that leads to what I call a sexual double standard. People tend to laugh or snicker at women discussing sexuality in a sensitive manner, and some men even blush at that, On the other hand, I notice when a man's sexual need is at an absolute premium, a number of very strange emotions can occur. Everything from paranoia, suspicion, all the way to, I'll say it, outright hysteria. You have a friend for years, you've known them, you've talked to them, you've had great conversations. They find themselves in a sexual need and they're a totally different person. Sometimes they don't talk to you because they're out there and they got to have it and they're just on the prowl constantly, or they're so physically frustrated that they just take it out on you and call you names and accuse you of being less virile and insult you if you're sensitive, or it's fighting words if you were insensitive. And I think personally, on my own accord, that people should really contemplate, not necessarily do it, because it's hard to do, but contemplate dealing with sexuality a bit more calmly and a lot more realistically. I think for men and for women, and whoever they happen to be involved with, that's the most important thing. This is Andre, signing out for February.